So we shall proceed from here itself. Okay. So classification of ligands based on number of donor atom. This first part we have finished. Okay. Unidentate ligand, where I told you uni or monodentate ligand means if they are able to donate one pair of electron to the central metal atom or ion. Okay. If they are able to donate one electron pair. Okay, electron pair, again I'm repeating, it's electron pair because you know both the electrons are given by the ligand itself. Metal is not giving their share. Okay, both the electrons donation will happen only by the ligand side. Okay, so if they have to form a bond, you know, minimum electron required to form a bond is 2, no? So both the electron will be donated by the ligand. Okay, so that's unidentate ligand. And then example, as you can see here, okay, we have ammonia, then there is water, all of these halogens. Okay, when they are in the negative charge halide form, they can donate the electron. Okay, then this carbon monoxide and this Cn minus, then there are many more. Okay, like that. So as we are doing, you will come across that. Okay, now we'll go for the next classification. The second one, okay, that's bidentate or didentate ligand. So bi or di, okay, again the meaning is same. So bidentate or didentate means if they are able to donate two pairs of electron. Okay, if they are donating two pairs of electrons, then they will be called as bidentate or didentate. That means when they are going to bind with the metal, they will bind with two donor atom. Okay, so two donation will be there, two bonds you will be able to see, okay, by them to the central metal atom. Example for this is, see, example, I'm taking first example. That is ethylene. Okay, ethylene diamine. Ethylene diamine is a didentate ligand. I will tell you how to write the structure. See here, ethylene can also be written, this is a common name. Okay, ethylene diamine is a common name of this ligand. It's a common name. The IUPAC name is ethane 1, 2 diamine. Okay, ethane 1, 2 diamine. This is a didentate ligand. Now, how the structure will be? See the parent atom. The parent atom has ethane. That means there are two carbon, no? So that means I will write two carbon here. I'm just writing the skeleton first. Then we will fill the valency using hydrogen. So here ethane, I have two carbon. And then after that, what they have said, 1 and 2, okay, first position and second position, diamine. That means second position and first position has amine group. And there are two amine group, okay. I will change this color. See here, first position and second position. I will label this because we have only 1 and 2, second carbon, okay, only two carbons are there. So first I will label this as 1 and this one I will label as 2. So that means first position there is one NH2 group. This I will put in the second position and this side also there is one NH2 group. Okay, understood? Diamine. Amine group is NH2 group. So first position and second position we are having NH2 group. Okay, and then satisfy this valency. These two carbon I have written. No, how many is the carbon valency? 4. So two bonds this side and that side. Here one and here one. So that means I should have two more hydrogens. So CH2. Even over here, okay, this side, okay, towards the left side and right side I have two bond. So remaining is two hydrogens. So CH2. Okay, so this is ethane 1, 2 diamine. Okay, structure also I have given here. First position NH2 group, second position NH2 group. Now from where are they going to donate now? See, that will be from the nitrogen side. Okay, this nitrogen will have a lone pair of electron because just before this class I told you amines are derived from ammonia. Okay, so the structure which is there for the ammonia, same kind of structure will be there for the amines also. So here what has happened is one hydrogen from NH3. See, from here one hydrogen is replaced by this group. Okay, here. Similarly, on that side also, one hydrogen is replaced by that CH2 group. Okay, then they are binded to each other. So, basically, the structure of ammonia, okay, how it is, similar structure will be there for amine also. So, if they are having one lone pair of electron, even amines are having one lone pair of electron. So, since there is no two nitrogen now, I will put two electron pair. Okay, so these two electron pair will be utilized for donation. Okay, these two will be binded with the metal like this. Okay, they will donate their electron pair to bind with the metal. Able to get? So, ethylene diamine or ethane 1, 2 diamine will be the example. Okay, I'll erase this Okay, I just wanted to show you. So this will be the example. Now, in short, in the, like when they give you the complex, maybe in the paper or in your book, sometimes you will see that they don't give you this full name. Okay, what they do is they make it short and they will give you as En. Okay, so this is how we abbreviate it. It is abbreviated as En. Okay, so you have to remember this. En is the abbreviation used for ethane 1,2 diamine. One example. Okay, now I'll give you one other example also. Second example for didentate ligand, that is oxalate ion. Okay, oxalate ion. Oxalate ion is a, okay, it's a derived from oxalic acid. Oxalic acid is this, okay, COOH and COOH. It's a dicarboxylic acid having two carboxylic acid. Okay, so they are called as dicarboxylic acid. Now, if this oxalic acid loses their proton, okay, if H plus ion is lost, then you will get like this, no, CO minus, COO minus. This itself is our didentate ligand. Okay, I'll write it over here. COO, then you are having minus here, again here, COO and then minus. Okay, so this two electron pair, you can see one over here, this one, and then below one I am having. Okay, so these two can be utilized for donation to the metal. So they are called as didentate or bidentate. You can still make it small and write. Okay, we can still make it smaller and write 2 carbons. So I can write C2 and then I have 4 oxygen here. Okay, you can see 4 oxygen. So I can write as C2O4 and charges, you see, 1 minus and 1 minus. So that means it is 2 minus. Okay, in short, it can be given in this way also. Okay, and how do they abbreviate it? Abbreviated as OX. Okay, so OX, if you find anywhere attached to the metal in the complex, so that is oxalate ion. Okay, and it's didentate. So if I ask you how many donation can be done by oxalate ion, it should be 2. Okay, so they can bind with the 2 donor. Okay, 2 donor atoms are there. You can see here oxygen, 2 oxygens are there. Similarly, if I tell you En is given, what is the bonding they can do? Okay, so then it should be 2. Your answer should be 2. Remember. Okay, clear? What is didentate and bidentate? So the next type is, see here, polydentate ligand. You can define actually by yourself. Polydentate means what? If they are able to, poly meaning is many, no? Yes, correct, good. So if they are able to donate many electrons to the central metal atom, then that will be called as polydentate. That means when they are going to bind, they will bind with several donor atoms. Okay, they will have many donor atom present in this particular molecule. Okay, so now one example for this is EDTA. Okay, EDTA 4 minus. Okay, this particular molecule is the example for polydentate ligand. Now the full name of this particular molecule which I have given here. So E is here ethylene. It's ethylene. D is for diamine. Diamine. Then T here is tetra. Then A is for acetate. Okay, tetraacetate ion. It's an ion. They are in the ion form and then they can donate many electron pairs. You can see and tell me. I will give you the structure. You can see that structure and tell me how many electron pair they can donate. Okay, refer the structure. Now see again, ethylene diamine tetraacetate. You can see here ethylene. That means the number of carbon atom in this ethylene will be 2. Okay, diamine, that means we are having 2 NH2 group present. And acetate ion, okay, that means here you remember acetic acid. So that acetic acid's ion part will be linked to this particular compound. Okay, so I will give you directly the structure how it is. So here ethylene, that means there are 2 carbon. So I am writing 2 carbon directly here. Okay, diamine, no, just now I wrote ethane 1,2 diamine. This is how the structure was. Okay, this is how ethane 1,2 diamine was. Now from this only it's been derived. Okay, so here what happens is this 2 hydrogen is there. No, students, I'll remove this. Okay, this 2 hydrogen is replaced by acetate group. Okay, even here, these 2 hydrogen is there. No, that's removed and replaced by acetic acid group. Okay, so here I'm just writing that acetate group. This is acetic acid, CH3COOH. Okay, but now here the ion form will be linked on this side. So I need to have 1 hydrogen less here. Okay, so I will write CH2COO and then minus. We are writing only the ion form. So this H is also not there and this H is also removed to bind with the nitrogen. Okay, and even here, see this side, even here same thing. Okay, 2 hydrogen I have removed. So 1 hydrogen I replaced by this acetate molecule. Another hydrogen also you replace by acetate molecule. Okay, CH2COO minus. Okay, this is removed, that hydrogen I have removed just so that I can get the correct carbon valency. Okay, for that sake it is removed. Otherwise you can't bind them together. Okay, so they have bonded in that fashion. Again, on this side also, on the left side also, I'm going to do the same thing. So CH2, then I have COO minus. Okay, I'm linking from the carbon to this side because carbon and nitrogen will be linking. No, so bottom side also I will write in a similar fashion CH2, then COO minus. Okay, so this is the structure of ethane, ethylene diamine tetraacetate. Okay, EDTA 4 minus ion. So now from this structure you should identify how many donor atoms are present here. Few are visible to you. You can see the minus charges, no? How many minus charge you are able to see here? Okay, this oxygen carries a minus charge. So 1 donation will happen from this side. Okay, again on this side you can see oxygen, minus charge is there. Yeah. Okay, so second donation will happen from this side. Here I am having again O minus. So third donation from this side. And fourth one we can get from this side. Okay. Still there are atom which can donate. Can you identify that? 4 I gave you. Can you identify another one which we can have for donation? Yes, very good. Correct. Nitrogen. Yeah. This nitrogen, okay, you know nitrogen forms 3 bond and one will be the lone pair. Okay, like in the case of ammonia also you have seen, no? Ammonia 3 bond with the hydrogen and one is lone pair. So here also if they are having 3 bond, that means there is a lone pair which is still pending. Okay, so that is there on their head. So you can put that lone pair on their head. This will be utilized for donation. Okay, again on this side also nitrogen lone pair is there. Okay, so this will be the 5th one and this will be the 6th one. Okay, so you can see EDTA, this 4 minus ion can donate 6 electron pair to the central metal atom. So they are called as hexadentate ligand. Okay, this EDTA is a hexadentate ligand. Maximum donation can be done by them is 6. Okay, 6 donor atoms are present. 4 from the oxygen, okay, 4 from oxygen and 2 from nitrogen. Okay, so this structure you will have to remember. We don't have any other option. Okay, this is how the structure is of the molecule. And you can see the donation sites. I have mentioned also, I have put the number. Okay. Yes, students, now you can write down. I believe it is understood what is polydentate. Go with the name. Poly means many. So that means if they are having many donor atoms, then it will be called as polydentate and this is the structure of EDTA 4 minus ion. Yeah, copy it down. Okay, next one. Next is a important kind of a ligand. Okay, ambidentate ligand. This will be an important topic. Okay, because they have asked also many times in your exam. So ambidentate ligand. See, ambidentate ligand are those kind of ligand which has 2 ligating side. Okay, they can ligate through 2 different atoms, but at a time students they will be donating only from one side. Okay, they will be having 2 sides for donation. Okay, 2 sides are there for donation, but at one time, okay, at one time only one donor atom will be used for donation. Okay, so I will give you example. See now here, first example I am taking. Okay, that is cyanide group, CN group. Okay, I am talking about CN group. If I have to write the structure, see, you know the carbon valency. Carbon valency is 4. Okay, I'll write the open structure also, so you are familiar now. See, carbon valency is 4. If they have to bind with the nitrogen, that means they will form a triple bond, correct? And how many electrons are utilized here? 3 are utilized. So there will be another pair which will be still remaining, correct? Agree, no? Total 8, no, for them. According to Lewis structure, I'm just writing the Lewis structure, okay? So here, one pair will be still remaining. Similarly with the nitrogen also, okay? There will be, again, one pair still remaining. So now you can see here, this carbon can also donate and this nitrogen can also donate, okay? So from both the side, the donation can happen. So cyanide is one such group. But when they are binding now here, suppose if carbon is binding, we show it in this fashion, okay? Now metal I've taken here. Suppose if carbon is going to bind, then we will show carbon, okay, ligating with the metal in this way, okay? And if suppose nitrogen is binding, then we will show it in this fashion. Metal here and then nitrogen first and then carbon is written afterwards. Okay, so such ligands are ambidentate ligands, okay, which can ligate through two different atoms, but at a time they can ligate only through one atom. Okay, now if a like here carbon, you can see carbon is linking with the nitrogen, then this is called as cyanido. Okay, the name which we are using here, this is called as cyanido. Okay, and if you talk about the next structure which I have written, NC, it's the same compound. No, the number of atoms are similar. That means the molecular formula is similar. Only the way they have arranged themselves is different. Okay, so then this is an isomer. So what we call this as isocyanidO. Okay, if this is cyanidO, then this will be called as isocyanidO. Because their molecular formula is similar. Only the way they have ligated is little different. Okay. So the name has changed to isocyanidO. So you need to remember if carbon is linking, that is cyanidO. Yeah, so this part is clear. What I said, ambidentate, at a time only one can be donating. Okay, so either carbon can donate or either nitrogen can donate. So if carbon is donating, I'm showing from carbon side. If nitrogen is donating, I'm showing through nitrogen side. Okay, carbon's name you see through carbon side, if they are donating, it is called as cyanido. And if it is donating through nitrogen side, then it will be isocyanidO. Okay, another example we are having, okay, that's nitro group. NO2 group. So in this NO2 minus group, this is second example, NO2 minus group. So in this group, they can ligate either through, they can ligate through nitrogen or through oxygen atom. Okay, they can ligate through either nitrogen or oxygen atom. So in case if they are donating through nitrogen side, then I am directly writing this, okay, molecule. If nitrogen is donating, we write like this, okay, NO2. So nitrogen is written first, okay, nitrogen is pointing towards the metal. So that means here nitrogen will be donating. If suppose oxygen is donating, okay, their structure is like this, N, okay, one dative bond, oxygen here, then you are having N double bond O, okay. This is the way they are, and then electron pair. So this is how the structure is. So either nitrogen can donate or oxygen can donate. Suppose if oxygen is donating, then our structure goes in this way. Okay, metal here and then oxygen is donating. Remaining is again nitrogen and then oxygen. So you write N and then O. Okay, so this is the way to write it. So NO2 group, in this case, if NO2 is donating, nitrogen is donating, then we write it as nitrito. Okay, it is written as nitrito N. Okay, and you have to mention that nitrogen is a donor here. And then on the other side, we write nitrito. Oxygen is a donor, so you will write nitrito O. Okay, this is a new way of nomenclature. We are writing as nitrito N and nitrito O. And the old nomenclature you will find in some of the books, they just write as nitro. Okay, so that nitro stands for this only. Okay, the first one. They just write as nitro. Nitro is another name you will find in some of the books, and here they write as nitrito. So that can also be another name. No, they don't write as isonitrito. It's written as nitrito O, where you are mentioning oxygen is going to bind. One more example I'll give you. Okay. The third one. So we are having SCN. This is one group. They can ligate either through sulfur. Okay, carbon can't because already all the valencies are full here. Either sulfur can donate or nitrogen can donate. Okay, so they can ligate through sulfur or nitrogen. Okay, sulfur or nitrogen. So if sulfur is donating, we write like this, SCN, donating to the metal. Okay, and then another one, if nitrogen is donating, then you write nitrogen first, carbon in the center and sulfur afterwards. So here, okay, this compound over here, SCN, this particular ligand is there, no? The name of this ligand is thiocyanato. Okay, thiocyanato. This one is called as isothiocyanato. Okay, isothiocyanato. Okay, yes, students, write down. Yeah. So this is one important topic, okay? Ambidentate ligand, you can mark it as important. Could be asked in your exam with examples. Okay, now we'll go for next one. Next is chelate ligand. So this chelate are usually didentate or polydentate ligand. Okay, chelate ligands are there, no? The one which will come under chelate categories are usually didentate or polydentate ligand. Okay, and they will use their two or more than two donor atom to bind with that single metal. Okay, so when they bind with them, they will form a ring-like structure. Okay, so they give rise to a ring-like structure. So they are called as chelate ligand. Okay, like now example. For example, here ethane, okay, that didentate ligand which I gave you example that time, ethane 1,2 diamine. This can be used to chelate with the other metal, okay. Like in case if I have platinum as a complex, then if you have ethane 1,2 diamine, okay, then how will they link? You see, I will write the structure. It is CH2. I am writing on this side, okay, CH2 and CH2 and NH2 group and NH2 group. No, this is the structure. So you can see here, these are the lone pair of electron which is used for donation. So this lone pair of electron will be donated to the platinum metal. Again, these lone pair of electron can be donated to the platinum metal. Okay. And imagine the other side, if I am having like that only another group also, then it will be like this. Okay. I will take that NH2 group here. Okay. This way. So there is lone pair of electron which will link to the platinum. Again, this side I'm taking NH2 group. This also is linking to the platinum metal. Okay. Then I will join this with CH2 group. So you can see here, it is giving rise to a ring-like structure. It is forming a closed structure. You can see here. Okay. This side, it is forming a closed structure. Okay. This is called as chelating. Okay. And the number of bonds which they are forming here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, so 5-membered ring are said to be like a stable one. Okay, because the number of strains and everything, there are other factors also for chelating, but now for your syllabus this much is enough. Okay, 5-membered rings they are forming, and the chelate ligands are said to be more stable than compared to the monodentate ligand, because it's like, see, if you are holding with your little finger, you have 5 fingers. No, suppose if you are holding something with your little finger, then it's difficult, no, to hold. If you're using your like 2 fingers, if you're using, then little better. But if you use all your 5 fingers, then the holding capacity will be a better, correct? So similarly over here also, when they bind with more number of donor atom to the metal, okay, they can hold the metal very tightly. So the stability of this particular ligands will be larger. Okay, so we say chelate ligands are much more stable than the monodentate ligand. Exceptions are there, but then just okay, in generally when I say they are more stable. Okay, I believe you understood what is chelate ligand. Chelate ligands are the one who are having 2 or more than 2 donor atom. Okay, so when they bind with the metal, they will form a ring-like structure. With mono, they can't. See, now if I am taking platinum, okay, imagine if platinum is linked with 4 chlorine atom, then this is how they can link, no? Platinum can link with chlorine atom in this fashion. Okay, they can't form a ring. They don't form any ring here. So this doesn't give rise to any ring-like structure. They will just give you a normal structure. Okay, but when they bind with, this is monodentate ligand which are binding with the platinum here, chlorine. Okay, but when they bind with di or polydentate ligand, it gives rise to this ring-like structure. Yeah, you can write this example, student. Okay, I'll go for next one. Next is denticity. So denticity is nothing but they are saying here how many number of donating groups are present, okay, by the ligand. Means one ligand can donate how many donating groups are exactly present in them. That is called as denticity. Okay, so here you can see the definition, the number of ligating groups present in the ligand. Like if I talk about Cl minus has how many donor? Only one. How many they can donate? Okay, they may be having many lone pair of electron, students, but how much they are using for donation, that is what is denticity is. Okay, so Cl minus here can give you only one electron pair for donation, so this will be coming under monodentate, no? So denticity for this, it is monodentate, so that means denticity for this will be 1. Okay, denticity means how many bonding they can do with the metal, okay, in simple words. So here in this case the denticity will be 1 because they are monodentate. Similarly, like you are having water also. Water also, they have 2 electron pair, but how much are they giving to bind with the metal? Only 1. So they also come under monodentate. So denticity will be 1. Okay. Now if I talk about this one, En or OX, En is ethane 1, 2 diamine. And this is oxalate ion. Okay, I have just written the abbreviation of those two ligands. So in this case, they can donate 2 electron pair, no? So they are didentate. They are didentate, so that means their denticity will be 2. Okay. If they can donate 3, then denticity will be 3. Okay. 4 means denticity will be 4. That's it. Okay. So denticity is that how many groups, okay, ligating groups are present in that ligand. How much they can exactly donate to the metal atom. That will be the denticity. Okay. So you can write down. We will proceed with the next. Okay, this was all about the ligand. Okay, till now whatever I've done was regarding the ligand. So I hope it's clear. Okay, unidentate means, I'll just write unidentate means if they are able to donate only 1 electron pair. Bidentate or didentate, if you're coming across, that means they are able to donate 2 electron pair. Okay, 2 electron pair here, electron pairs. Okay, here also. And then if you have polydentate, that means they can donate many electron pair to the metal atom. Okay. Then you have seen ambidentate. Ambidentate means which can ligate from 2 donor atom, but at a time they will donate through only 1 donor atom. So that will be called as ambidentate. Like you saw the example of cyanide, either carbon can donate or nitrogen can donate. But one at a time, only one person will be donating like that. Okay. Both of them will not be involved in donation. That's ambidentate. Then you have seen chelating ligand. Chelate are the one which has 2 or more donor atoms. So when they have 2 or more donor atom, whenever they try to bind with the metal, they will end up forming a ring-like structure. Okay. So if I take En, you know they have 2 donor atoms. So whenever they bind with the metal, you can see here ring-like a structure will be formed. Okay. Another side also, if I'm taking En, like this only, ring structure will be formed. Okay. So that's chelating ligand. And then denticity, okay, means how many ligands, the ligand having how many donor atom, that is called as denticity. Yes, students, I will wind up here because the session will get over. The next topic I will continue tomorrow. Okay. You have any doubt in whatever I have done, you can ask now. Did you follow? See, coordination is more of theory things. Okay. So, and you don't have any hand-on experience. You don't see them practically. So, you have to work little more on this. Okay. But the chapter is actually easy. Once you enjoy this chapter, no, you learn this chapter, then it's actually easier, not difficult. Only thing is, it's more of theory. So if you have any doubts in your mind, you can ask me in whatever topic I've covered. Nothing? Everyone? Okay, good. Yes, then we will wind up here. Okay? If nothing is there.